In an era increasingly characterized by dramatic atmospheric and climatic changes, we have become accustomed to those adverse effects that either accumulate and compound gradually or just as easily are triggered by sudden catastrophic happenings. Recent changes in the political environment bear striking resemblance to the seismic climatic changes that have assailed us, and it appears that the year 2015 will be a historic watershed for the Caribbean from a political and international relations standpoint. The simultaneous announcements in Havana and Washington of the melting ice that polarized relations over 50 years between Cuba and the United States of America, though long overdue, has sudden and dramatic implications for these two iconic nations, which undoubtedly will affect our region profoundly. Just as the geographic climate change process is forcing new challenges of adaptation, so too is the process of political climate change, necessitating the rapid defrosting of frozen mindsets and the construction of new architectures of adaptation. We, the children of the Caribbean, who have steadfastly stood for reconciliation and respect with our Cuban cousins, are now confronted by this even bigger mindset challenge. Our political climate change has found profound expression in the hitherto inconceivable reality of the French territory of Martinique, followed closely by Guadeloupe, we anticipate, assuming associate membership in the OECS. It has historically been a lament of Caribbean people that our islands, so geographically proximate, so linguistically rooted, so culturally syncretized, could still be so politically separate. It was incredulous that we were more instantaneously in touch with events in New York or Afghanistan than Fort-de-France or Bastet, whether that Bastet was in Guadeloupe or in St. Kitts Nevis. At this 60th meeting of the OECS Authority, we signaled the beginning of a tectonic shift in which the center of gravity of our consciousness becomes Caribbean-centric. The sophisticated pragmatism through which Martinique, an overseas department and region of France, can take a seat at this Caribbean table, could only have been exercised because of the very strong political enthusiasm, personal determination and commitment to the success of Martinique's accession to the OECS of President Lechimi and the unwavering support of the OECS heads of government, and in particular of Prime Ministers Anthony, Gonzalez, Skerrit, Douglas, and former Prime Minister Spencer over the period of negotiation. As President Lechimi stated recently, notre appartenance à la Caraïbe, dépasser le seul cadre institutionnel, c'est véritablement une réconciliation avec notre géographie cordiale, dont avec nous-mêmes. Our membership in the Caribbean goes beyond the institutional framework. It is truly a cordial reconciliation with our geography. It is a reconciliation with ourselves. Immediately following the historic and unanimous vote in October 2014 of the Regional Council of Martinique approving its associate membership, the OECS Commission has engaged our sister territory in all of the major meetings of the OECS. Within 48 hours of the vote, Martinique was actively involved in meetings of OECS health authorities on Ebola, chikungunya, and compliance with the international health regulations. Martinique was also offering access to the most advanced medical technology for cancer detection, the cyclotron, to other OECS states. Since then, we have engaged on renewable energy with Énergie de Martinique, with Cluster GATT Caribe on inter-island transport and on technical and vocational education. Bilateral relations in the area of energy, transportation, education, and health have been steadily deepening. We thank President Letchimy and the Regional Council of Martinique and the authorities of the French state for their kind hospitality in hosting this historic meeting of the OECS Authority. Let it be clearly understood that the accession of Martinique to the OECS is based on the principle of reciprocal interest. Our intention, our hope, and our aspiration is that this accession will further the interests of Martinique and its people, as well as that of the other OECS states and their citizens. We expect that the deepening of collaboration that will follow the signing will also find expression in the broadening of business and special interest intercourse and the widening of people-to-people exchanges. I would also like to express the deep appreciation of the OECS Authority from our side to former Director General, His Excellency Swinburne Lestrade, for his extraordinary contribution to the realization of this dream of accession of Martinique and Guadeloupe through his leadership of the negotiation process. There are many challenges facing us, and there are innumerable problems to be solved. But what the people of the region need most from its leadership at this time is the restoration of hope and the reaffirmation of possibility. We must restore hope, particularly among the youth, and resurrect the belief that regional integration is possible and working, that the construction of a better Caribbean is possible and doable, and that we have here and now the will, the means, and the potential to shape a different destiny. The spiritual father of integration for the smaller states of the region and the 1979 laureate in economics, Sir William Arthur Lewis, would have been well pleased that what he characterized in 1965 as the agony of the 8 has now transmuted and blossomed today in 2015 into the promise of the 10. In a few hours' time, the authority will begin its deliberations over the business of the people of our region in matters ranging from international organizational issues to the mechanisms for enhancing competition, trade, and integration, to sustainable financing, and to more strategic issues associated with our relations with the rest of the world. I look forward with great eagerness to these deliberations in anticipation of the new and different perspectives that will be brought to the table as a result of Martinique's membership. Perspectives which will no doubt contribute to the enhancement of the quality of our discourse. En tant que directeur général de la OECO, j'aimerais profiter de cette occasion pour féliciter le président Letchimy et lui et les gens de la Martinique dans cette organisation accueillie. Je tiens à l'assurer de mon engagement et que le personnel de la commission de la OECO de travailler avec lui pour assurer à la population de la Martinique ainsi que le reste de la région les avantages qui pourront être dérivés de l'appartenance de la OECO. As Director General of the OECS, I would like to take this opportunity to extend congratulations to President Letchimy and to welcome him and the people of Martinique into this organization. I would like to assure him of my commitment and that of the staff of the OECS Commission to working with him to secure for the people of Martinique as well as the rest of the region the benefits that are derivable from membership in the OECS. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, merci beaucoup.